Hello, viewers and friends. Welcome back to Global Visions 3. I'm John, your host. Hey, today we're going to take a look at why the English proficiency levels in Thailand are really low, one of the lowest in the Southeast Asian region. I like to start out this vlog by saying, Vini, Vidi, Vici. Well, that's what this means. 2,000 years ago, during the height of the Roman Empire, Latin was the lingua franca. Now, fast forward 2,000 years, and today, the lingua franca is English. How did English become the lingua franca of the modern world? Well, that's another story, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube that can teach you that history. However, it's important to note that about 30% of the English vocabulary is comprised of Latin-based words. If you look at the names of the planets, they're all Latin pretty much. If you look at the names of the months, even this month, February, soon to be March, those are Latin. So Latin is a very important part of the English language. It's used in scientific names. Even our own Homo sapiens is Latin. The phrase that I used earlier, Vini Vidi Vici, well, that's attributed to Julius Caesar, one of the most famous Roman generals during that time in history. However, I think if Latin was a language or English was a language and they came to Thailand, I think it would be, I came, I saw, I'm leaving. In a way, that's what seems to have happened here in Thailand. It's like English arrived and then it stuck around for a while and it seems to be leaving. To give you an example of the type of English that you'll see or hear, but here in this case that you'll see around Thailand, take a look at these signs, which are quite common throughout the country. When I first saw this sign, I thought, okay, fair enough. However, if this business is catering to Western tourists, which primarily use English, then I think a lot of visitors would look at this as something that would put them off or turn them off. Can you imagine this sign being in front of a Thai resort? All right, now some of those are kind of funny, but unfortunately, it's really not that funny when you stop and think about the fact that English has been taught here for over 160 years. So let's go back to when English first started to be taught here, and it started with this lady named Anna Leonowens. Anna Leonowens was a British Indian-born educator. She's best known as being the governess to the children of King Mongkut of Siam. She wrote a book about her experiences at the Siamese court, which later became the basis for a successful Broadway play titled The King and I, and eventually that became the basis for a movie with the same title. In the early 1990s, another version of Anna's story was made starring Jodie Foster, Anna and the King. In this photo from 1860, we can see King Mongkut, Rama IV, with his favorite wife, and several of the royal children. Now later on, it was one of these princesses that grew up to become King Chulalongkorn, also known as Rama V. Rama V was only 15 years old when he ascended the throne. However, he proved to be one of Thailand's longest reigning as well as one of the most important monarchs in Siam's history. The king oversaw a series of reforms that brought his country, Siam, into the modern world. He sought to cooperate with the major European colonial powers, including Britain, France, and Russia, as well as America. He sent his royal princes to be educated in the West. He was the first Siamese king to do so. He saw the advisability of learning from the West as a way of preventing Western domination. Siam was never colonized by any Western power. Rama V was the first Siamese monarch to travel widely, not only to neighboring countries, but also to Europe, as mentioned earlier. He pursued a range of progressive reforms. Some of the most important reforms were abolishing slavery, modernizing transport and communications, including railways, post, and telegrams. He also set up public utilities, including public health works. And it was during Rama V's reign that he established the Ministry of Public Instruction in 1892. This institution was later renamed the Ministry of Education, which to this day oversees the education system in Thailand. According to the 2025 English Proficiency Index, Thailand ranks 116th out of 123 countries, falling into the very low proficiency category. This places Thailand second to last in Asia and seventh among ASEAN nations, marking a decline from previous years. In 2024, Thailand was just above Cambodia in the region. And prior to that, it was 101 out of 113 countries. In 2018, Thailand ranked 64th out of 88 countries. In 2017, it ranked 53 out of 80 countries. The kingdom continues to have the lowest English proficiency in ASEAN. And the authorities say, if not globally, at least they should be able to compete regionally. But unfortunately, that's not the case. In Southeast Asia, English proficiency is dominated by Singapore, the Philippines, and Malaysia, all former British or American colonies. However, out of 86 countries, only Myanmar and Cambodia rank lower than Thailand. What has led to Thailand's low English proficiency levels? Let's take a look at some of the key reasons for low English proficiency in Thailand. First of all, they focus too much on memorization and grammar in schools rather than active communication skills. Over 80% of Thai teachers do not major in English, and many of them have low proficiency themselves. There's the fear of losing face. Making mistakes causes students to avoid speaking, leading to a lack of confidence and fluency. And also, since Thailand was never colonized, as we pointed out earlier, English is not integrated into government, media, or daily life. And the Thai teachers' habits of spoon-feeding techniques to students, which affects their curiosity and critical thinking skills. Another factor is the Thai language being a tonal language. There are no verb tenses or plurals, so English grammar and phonetics, especially the letters R and L, is very difficult for native Thai speakers to master. And then there's the urban-rural divide. Middle-class, wealthier urban students in the cities have access to international schools. Rural public school students only have about 1 hour, if that, of English instruction per day. As a former teacher, dealing with these issues in the classroom, I didn't feel like I was really qualified to tell you, since I'm not a Thai person, why the system has failed, why English proficiency is one of the lowest here, as I pointed out, in Southeast Asia and across the globe. So what I decided to do is I decided to ask some friends, some Thai friends, and some other Thai people who are fluent in English and ask them, how did you improve your English skills? What kind of methods did you use to improve your fluency, your English fluency? And also, What suggestions, if any, would they give to a Thai student studying English in a public school, government officials, the folks, the administrators, the bureaucracy that's kept this whole thing going for the past 100 years? What would you suggest to them to improve the system? So let's listen from some Thai people and hear what they have to say. I began by asking a few simple questions. How did you improve your English fluency? What methods did you use? What advice would you give to Thai students, Thai teachers, school, admin, and government officials to improve Thailand's low English proficiency levels?
Basically, I read a lot of English literature. Watching the movie, that is a very basic thing.
At first, when I was 10, I play a video game. It's from Japan, but it launched English version. So I need to understand what they are saying, what they want me to do to win the game. So I open my mind and try. So after that, I get better in English.
When I start studying English, I started really young when I was like 2 years old. And yeah, I entered to the private school till elementary. And then I go to the public school in high school. And then in university, I do the international.
And I recommend to go abroad, stay there for a couple of months. They force you to use English, and that will help.
I work with Australia people and I always speak English with them.
So I have to study more on literature and literature in the Western culture. We can see that a lot of foreign media and the movie and the film have emphasized a lot from the literature itself.
I think I get better when I try to speak with my aunt friend. Start from that. And then I want to learn more. I want to speak with them.
Okay.
It's like Thai culture, like they don't want to answer, they don't want to try, they don't want to make mistake, they just keep quiet, something like that.
And paperwork or everything, you have to use English, not use Thai anymore.
So that was the
Yeah,
way you
and when I work is lot of people come from overseas work with me. I work in nursing home in Australia, but I have to contact with doctor, nurse, and resident family. Everyone speak English.
A friend of mine recommend a book. It's Japanese book but translate in English, and I love this book, so I read them. It improved my sentence, my vocabulary.
Did you feel that your Thai English teachers, if you had any at the time, did you have Thai English teachers? Did you feel that they helped you to improve your language skills?
To be honest, not really.
In Bangkok and provincial area, regarding the education, is entirely different. It's not go on the same quality and on the same standard.
They have to change the way to give the knowledge to students, like not only to memorize, but have to understand how it come like this, why it come like this.
Right.
Teach them how to understand, not to memorize.
I want the government to put more seriousness on the education.
And if you could sit down and give your suggestions to a Thai education official or government official, what would you say to them?
YouTube is the best way to learn English. Use it. It's free.
So start by change the lesson or the lesson here in public school. Only public school that have the problem.
I got almost nothing from the school.